Dr. Y.R. Reddy is an Indian Administrative Service Officer with an illustrative career spanning 35 years, known for his exceptional contribution in both State of Kerala and Government of India. His final role was Director General of National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj. He played a pivotal role in introducing transformative and innovative interventions. Dr. Reddy's extensive experiences and visionary leadership have significantly impacted in the field of rural development and governance in India. It's my honor to invite you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning to all. Bahamanapeta LSGD Minister, Matavedilirikina Visista Vektigale, dear friends. First of all, let me congratulate the Kerala leadership. Of course, that includes the leadership of the local governments, district panchayat, block panchayats, gram panchayats. And more importantly, the people of Kerala for making a major change in the decentralized governance. Of course, the People's Planning Campaign was a major instrument in creating that new ecosystem for people's participatory development. I was lucky to have been the collector during that time. Eniki innum ormamundu, Dr. Thomas Isaac, Mr. Vijayanand assembled the collectors at Thrissur Ramanilayam to initially start the dialogue how to rope in the district administration for facilitating the People's Planning Campaign. And of course, we had great experience, great working with the local governments as district collectors at Kannur in doing the participatory rural appraisal techniques and coming up with the plans and participating the plan development, the development plans in the seminars, road development plan seminars at Palakkad, and the actual formulation of the projects sitting with this voluntary technical corps and the Gram Panchayat leadership members and formulating the projects and then getting into execution at Kannur in different positions. I think we in Kerala are looking at breaking a new ground by creating a prosperous, self-sufficient, environmentally sustainable, clean, healthy and happy Kerala. Ultimate element is the happiness. Happiness need not come from wealth. There are so many other elements which we need to look at. Of course, we are very proud of our social development indicators for various reasons. We need not be complacent telling that it has all happened post-independence. Let us not forget that the effort of even last 2 to 3 centuries of our leadership, our people, our socio-cultural organizations created that foundation, and we stood on the shoulders of those generations, and the People's Planning Campaign enabled to take them forward. Of course, for example, the female literacy we are proud of, Kerala female literacy percentage. But the seeds were sown way back by the erstwhile Maharajas, way back in 1859 by starting a girls' school in Kerala. So let us remember that we are standing on the shoulders of our previous generations and take it forward. But the great thing is we continued that effort, and we should be cautious that whether we are ably taking them forward. Suppose, for example, my personal opinion, the contribution for women empowerment is because of that matrilineal system that we had in Kerala. Are we slowly moving to patriarchal system in the current days? I think we need to explore and see, especially when we consider the paradox, the women, the problems that are being faced by the women in our state. Dear friends, Kutumbasri has performed extremely well, but if you consider the number of micro enterprises vis-a-vis the number of people who are part of these NSGs, neighborhood groups, I think that is very small number. Much more has to be done. I wish to highlight some of the few core areas. The previous speakers കുറെ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു, but എനിക്ക് പറയേണ്ട കുറെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ in health sector, especially focused issue is let's say the diabetics. I think we have huge problem of diabetics. One disease I am taking for example. When we first came to Kerala in 1987, when we went to a small tattukada, അവിടെ അവർ ചോദിച്ചത് ചായ വേണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ അവർ ചോദിച്ചത് വിത്തൗട്ട് ആണോ വിത്ത് ആണോ. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലായില്ല എന്താണ് വിത്തൗട്ട് എന്താണ് വിത്ത് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്. പിന്നെയാണ് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലായത് ഒരു പോപ്പുലർ സ്റ്റാൻസ് ഈസ് വിത്തൗട്ട് വിത്ത് ദാറ്റ് വി ഹാവ് സീൻ ഇൻ കേരള, not in other states, not that there is no diabetics in other states. I think that is to be tackled, and other sadhyamavan povunadu with the popular participatory action, which can only be done by the local governments, which can only be done by the participation of the people. As a major campaign to contain it, we cannot of course cure it. To prevent it, to manage it well, so that we will not move to serious ailments which are flowing from this diabetic disease. And similarly, non-communicable diseases, major issue, major problem. I think the focus is still not adequate now. The local governments have to make it their priority. And the out-of-pocket expenses in Kerala. നമ്മളൊക്കെ പറയും ഹെൽത്ത് വൈസ് നമ്മൾ മുമ്പിലാണ് എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്, ബട്ട് എത്ര ചിലവാക്കിയിട്ടാണ് ആ ഹെൽത്ത് നമ്മൾ മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്, അതിനുവേണ്ടി എത്ര വേണ്ടി വരുന്നു, അതാണ് പറയുന്നത് ഔട്ട് ഓഫ് പോക്കറ്റ് എക്സ്പെൻസസ്, ഹ്യൂജ് എക്സ്പെൻഡിച്ചർ ദാറ്റ് ഇറ്റ് സെൽഫ് ഈസ് റോബിംഗ് ഓഫ് ദ പീപ്പിൾസ് വെൽത്ത്. Can we do something? Can we contain it? Can we reduce it? By various preventive measures, it is possible to do that. Of course, conservation of natural resources, water conservation, scientific land use adaptation to lower the load on the Mother Earth. The real estate development, I am not against real estate housing, but the amount of unplanned real estate development, the amount of craze for isolated multi-story complexes, and I think we have limited land resource. We should think in a different way how to create housing for everybody, decent, reasonable housing, not palatial houses, buildings on one side and then small huts on the other side. I think there is introspection required, change of approach that is required. We have shown the way for eco-friendly construction. എവിടെ പറഞ്ഞാലും കേരളത്തിൻ്റെ ലാറി ബേക്കർ ടെക്നോളജീസ് ആണ് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്. ഞാനും ഹൈദരാബാദിൽ ഒരു വീട് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട് യൂസിങ് ലാറി ബേക്കർ ടെക്നോളജീസ്. I am very proud of that, very happy about that. And we have created wonderful building at NIRD as a DC Bangla, which has taken some momentum in adopting these technologies. Many people keep asking me, how can we go about in these structures? But why it is not picking up in Kerala? I think Nirmiti Kendra is there, but Nirmiti Kendra again has become a contractor for normal, regular, cement structured, pillared structure construction. I think we have created something good. We have to take them forward in all our construction activities to conserve the resources. Conservation of the rivers. Uh, last time when I came, I was looking at Karamana River. Karamana River, you cannot walk along the river, on the sides of the river. But whereas in other places, some rivers have been beautifully developed, beautifully decorated, and it is a site for tourism, all these rivers. Can we do something in that? The local governments have a role in that. How to enhance the resource use efficiency? എപ്പോൾ നോക്കിയാലും എത്ര ഫണ്ട് വരുന്നോ ഗവൺമെൻറ് ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യയിൽ നിന്ന് സ്റ്റേറ്റ് ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിൽ നിന്ന് മാത്രം നോക്കാതെ നമുക്ക് വരുന്ന ഈ റിസോഴ്സസിന് എങ്ങനെ എഫക്റ്റീവായിട്ട് മാക്സിമം യൂസ് ആയിട്ട് റിസോഴ്സ് യൂസ് എഫിഷ്യൻസി കൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ഓരോ റുപ്പി ചിലവാക്കുന്നത് നമുക്ക് എത്ര റിട്ടേൺ തരുന്നുണ്ട്? Return need not be in rupee terms. Social benefit also can be calculated. Are we doing that? The more funds. But I think that stance should change. Every rupee what we spend should earn in terms of financial, in terms of even social benefit which can be quantified. Of course, the aging issue, aging population is boon or bane. How effectively we convert that as boon, I think, will decide our future of this government. But have we equipped, for all these things, have we equipped the local governments effectively? Of course, I appreciate Kerala for taking the initiative to transfer large number of human resource from the state government departments and all, but we succeeded only partially. I think time has come to think out of box. How can we hand over these resources? Let's suppose take minor irrigation. പഞ്ചായത്ത് ഇല്ലാതെ എന്താ മൈനർ ഇറിഗേഷൻ നമ്മളെ കേരളത്തിൽ ഉള്ളത്? എല്ലാം പഞ്ചായത്തിൻ്റെ അധീനത്തിൽ തന്നെയാണ് ഉള്ളത്. So why not we enable these human resources be made available for the local governments and make it possible? And last, the integrated land use development is the necessity of the day. Of course, land is under revenue and panchayat is supposed to take care of land development, but there is no integration. There is a need for transferring lots of powers of revenue to the panchayats so that they can think of integrated land use developments. Dear friends, this is the greatest momentum we have brought up to this, and much more need to be done. Think out of box and make it happen. We are all here with you. We can only facilitate. Ultimately, you have to take this forward. You, the people of Kerala, have to take it forward. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.